All right. Welcome back to M&A episode 1. M&A&D&D episode 110. We're going to call this one the Drums of War. Previously, you guys had, kind of gotten to the point in which this glaring, I don't want to call it a weakness, but this glaring problem with one of your members and the mind control and the potential for further disruption, set you on a journey in which you guys wanted to confront it. It proved to be more than you expected, I presume. When you went to um, the metallic dragons for assistance, in a ritual that pulled you into uh, Val's mind, you were confronted with a nemesis of his, um, maybe beyond your understanding, and it did not go well. But it ended before it began, in some senses, and you all were pulled out of it. You're returned to the castle, where you were kind of given an instance in which you guys were told that the cultists have moved forward with their attempts to raise Tiamat. We find you guys back in your quarters, and we'll pick up from there.
So Val, I know, I'm happy with how everything kind of worked out and everything, but I don't know. I think just everyone's asking or wondering the same thing, but what the fuck's up with that?
No.
Would you call it an elephant
No,
in the room?
that is not the first question. You are a horrible brother. Are you okay? That is
You literally just saw what I'm dealing with. Of course I'm not okay.
Then
But
actually,
I've been surviving, so that's kind of the
I thought the
takeaway.
I thought
the
we already
intent actually show care and compassion to your fellow man.
I did that last I did that last time. I 100% did that last time.
The fact that you have to state the term last time, Lowlander.
No.
Yes, rogue. This is important.
The first thing I said when we got out of there. But now that we're back in the room.
The first thing you said was, "What was that?"
No, the first thing we said when we got out of there, I said that. First thing we said in the room, I said, "What is that?"
Do you feel he'll not look at the robe for a second and have the hammer over his shoulder rather than in his hands for everyone's safety? And look at the ranger. Did that ring a bell? Did that help? Where are you in this? That is the most important question at this time.
What the fuck? Oh,
See, I
still in
told you that was the question.
Oh,
Hey,
hi,
you
Dark.
guys are still really here? It's a lag. Y'all still here?
We're still here.
You did.
All right, hold up.
You left your phone on and got tacos.
Oh yeah.
We were ready to yell at whatever robber who stole your car. We were gonna say, "Turn around."
I'm
Yeah,
adding
look at
I'm
Oh,
adding the
dude.
Darth cam in.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. It's in the stream.
Look at them. Is that a jalapeno just draped across the top?
Yeah, it is. Look,
Ooh.
they got lemon.
I would
Oh,
like to be noted for the record. Darfarius' first question was
Darth,
also, "What the
where's
fuck
the
is up?"
place?
Okay, I wanted to be said. He also said the same question.
I don't
It's the
think it's
question on
helping
all of
your
our mind.
That is literally not helping your case.
I just wanted to be noted.
It is me
can't-
and the Dragonborn. All right, so go ahead. Get back into that. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. I don't know
if I would classify that as ringing a bell, but more like helping to lift a veil on some obscured memories. But that being that we saw clearly was the my captor and my tormentor.
Did you know about that?
I knew I was captured and tormented for some time, but the
Fuck, I stained my jeans. Fuck.
Hey guys, Darfarius is back.
just in the background.
My bad.
I didn't know you wore
No,
You want me to
don't-
mute myself?
no, don't you dare mute
mute
yourself.
I thought you didn't wear
This
pants.
is the best commentary we could possibly get in these moments. You don't you dare mute yourself.
Fuck. Look at this shit.
No, my loincloth. It got I dropped some shit on it.
Hey, stop, man. I'm gonna
You
mute
got-
myself. Fuck.
You guys all glance over. Darfarius is sitting in the corner of the chamber with just like this giant piece of meat dripping.
Ass tacos.
You guys see this?
Yes.
Oh my God, look at this. Look at this.
Pork butt.
Pork butt.
It's
It
pork.
is delicious.
Mm. Oh my God, it's better than, this is better than eating zombie ass. What'd you say it was called? Dead ass? What'd you call it, Alex?
Undead ass, but yeah.
Oh, undead ass. It's way better than undead ass. Mm. All right, I'm
Imagine.
sorry.
I imagine.
But, hey, are we live?
Yes.
Yeah, we've been live.
What?
We've been live for the last 30 minutes, bro.
What the? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
a
Nah, that's
fool.
what we've been missing.
No, you're
This is 100% what we've been missing.
Oh,
I'm
man.
a fucking fool. My bad. Fuck. This is so amazing, though. I love you guys, man. I'm fucking missing shit.
We missed you.
God, look at that, man. Damn.
So
man.
anyway, so I was tortured and stuff, right? And yeah, the guy.
Why? Why were you tortured? Why? What
That
happened?
is what we're trying to find out.
What happened? Did you
Oh,
capture?
God.
Did you go venture? You ventured off, huh? You ventured
Yeah,
off.
well before I met everybody.
And during.
Do you? Yeah, I was like, do you not remember me like sabotaging the group as Rainer?
That sounds like a Darth move.
But yeah, the veil's been lifted a little. He now has form and a name. That one was known as Ruluvas.
Who?
Put that in,
I got it,
in the chat.
Yeah, how do you spell that?
That's in the chat if you were in there.
Hold
I
on,
don't
let
know
me
if you
see.
can see that from the phone.
Hold on, let me see. There's a chat button.
Yeah, we're on in
Roll 20.
Roll 20. Here, I'll put it in Discord for you. I want you to be included. There you
Hold
go.
on, I fucked up. I don't know what my screen just turned sideways. I don't know what the fuck is that. I'm on the phone.
Alex Rolovos.
I was doing my best guess right as you were typing it.
Those sound like those little chocolate things.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That was why I was like, I think this
Rolos?
is wrong. Rolo.
All right, hold on. All right. So everybody's attention is drawn as Val's clearly trying to clue you in on what's happened in the time span in which Liam had left and he had become Brockle.
I hadn't been. I could be. I don't know. I can make that up as we go.
No, I'm just saying like this. So you're running with Ruluvas fell somewhere in between there.
Oh, yes. It happened between the one shot with my brother and the initial time that I showed up as Brockle.
So, for instance, there had been some mindscape in which you guys recall seeing them exit what had been a chamber. This would have been the instance in which Liam had decided that he wanted a bigger role inside the order, and he had taken on a quest to defeat a member of the order that had been getting out of line.
Well, that event would have been when I was assumed dead.
No.
The one shot with me?
Yeah, you
we
were
set up that you were dead at the
you
end.
died at the end of your one shot.
Yeah, so there was, and he was there until the end of that essentially.
Exactly.
And then we got, yeah. So then you're saying between that moment and Brockle, so I would have like the end of that was I was assumed dead from the. I wasn't trying to get more involved with the order. I was leaving the order essentially at that
Correct.
moment.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is one of the memories you guys saw was the catalyst was that event.
Gotcha.
So
What the fuck?
apparently in our trip into the mindscape, some of my more foggy memories may have
Am I mute?
surfaced in ways. So I think those were what you saw.
Did I mute myself? I know. I got mute. Am I mute? Why is there so many buttons? What did I do? Am I live? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I was hoping you guys wouldn't say anything. Fuck. Hey, Alex, did you finish your stage or what the fuck? 69 hours? Nice. Nice.
All right, guys. And
Okay, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna
We are
myself.
children.
let him finish his story.
I'll
All right.
eventually figure this shit out, dude. Nope, that's not it. Oh, fuck. Hold on. What's this button do?
I missed you, Darth. I missed you a lot.
Whoever
No, I
that
didn't.
was, I miss him more.
Darth is in the corner playing around with a magic apparatus, trying to figure it out.
Fuck, dude, I can't figure this
He's just-
shit out.
Drunkenly holding his hammer, like half disappearing into it, half disappearing out of it. well, everybody shows like this this great concern for what you've just been through. Darth is just like struggling to get in and out of the hammer as
Dude, it's so weird. I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna show you. Like, dude, it's like a inner screen within a screen.
We just gave him a fidget toy. He's just distracted. That's all it is.
It's so weird. I don't even know how to get out of this thing. It says OOP call. It doesn't even say group call. It says OUP call. What the fuck does this mean? What? Where am I? How do I get? Oh fuck! Hold on, let me check.
I'm out.
Oh wow!
Darth.
Look,
I'm on mute. I'm on mute,
No.
Darth. You gotta get
all
through
right,
this.
that's cool. I know you gotta get through the story. That's cool. I understand. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. I don't know.
All right, he's muted. We'll wait till something happens.
We did. We haven't stopped.
Been muted this whole time.
I haven't muted you yet.
I have, and I just got hand signals now. Is it bad? Should he be unmuted?
Yeah, we hear
Please.
you.
Sweetie,
was about to say, did he deafen us and now he's saying unmute us because he can't hear us?
On. All right, look, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna listen. I'm
No,
a fly
turn this
on the
off.
wall. I'm a fly on the wall. Listen to me. I'm a fly on the wall.
Oh,
I
yeah,
need
yeah.
you guys to stick with me until I get home. Okay? It's only like
Real quick, can you just say a number between 1 and 20?
19.
All right. Fly on the wall.
Barely made it. Barely made it. barely made it.
I'm glad
Oh,
you got
no.
the
I
joke.
don't.
All right. All right. You
Um,
can feel free to mute me. I will let you guys know in the chat when I made it home. All right.
All right,
But
can I
we're
say,
rolling. We're rolling.
all right, we're moving. We're
Rolling.
muting. When he gets arrested, we'll talk to him again. All right. That is real life Darfarius. We all clenching our stomachs. You hear a knock
Turn
at the door.
light on. No, keep your hands on the steering wheel and drive.
You hear a knock at the door, and as it opens, Ramilla walks in.
we can still hear you, Darv.
You guys have to mute him. I muted him.
I muted him.
Okay.
I muted him. You told me to mute
Darv,
him.
I love you. Have fun. Drive safe. All right.
Well, distractions aside, I'm sure you all understand the gravity of what's coming next. Is it safe to say that we're good? She looks around the room as Darfaris seems to climb in and out of his hammer. Well, does the majority of M&A, are they good to go?
I believe so. I am.
The majority
Good
of
as
us
we
are
can
good.
be.
Darv
Astrid,
seems ready. A hand just pops out of the hammer.
Astrid, may I speak to you alone?
Yeah.
And she walks you out of the room and takes you up the winding stairs. Been in this room once before.
Does everybody else need a earmuff?
No, you guys are good.
It'll be fine.
Unless Astrid doesn't want you to hear it.
Oh no, I don't. Find out sooner or later.
I understand everybody has their weaknesses. I mean, it's our job as Harpers to exploit those. It's our job to find them, uncover them, and use them to our advantage. And I must admit that it's your weakness that brought you to the Harpers. And it's my exploitation of that brought you into the fold. Now, I've only used it so much as because I saw the potential in you. And I had no other intentions than to sharpen your blade and let you wield it for the good that you wanted to create in the world. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. That's what it started out at.
Indeed. I've noticed a shift in the fault lines that I believe you built your actual character around. And I sensed since your return from Thay that some of the cracks are showing. And we can run around the circle, but you know it's true, and you know that I'm too good at what I do to have not noticed.
Unfortunately, so.
Fortunately for the Sword Coast.
We'll see.
So where do you stand?
I don't know. I feel like all I've done since I don't even know is just collect more people that want to destroy me or the people that I'm around. There's no resolution. I can't even do anything for anyone. All I do is collect enemies. I've not even been able to send one Aaron to hell. One! And that's the only thing that I promised Tam when she died. That I would kill them all. And I haven't even killed one. And now some stupid cult. They want to destroy the world before I can do what I need to do. It's not going to happen. And then they found my other weakness. Why would you not trust a child?
There is so many reasons that you deserve the vengeance you seek. If there's any part of you that is battling internally with right and wrong, with good versus evil, understand as Harpers, we operate in the gray. We conduct ourselves in the shadows. And in the past, my vengeance has helped me through some of the more difficult times of my life. They exploited your weakness. As I admit, I exploited yours. Am I at more fault than them? Ah. There is no one in the Sword Coast that can cast that stone. Understand that maybe in times to come, you use this rage to your benefit, but you need to stop letting your emotions curtail this. They use the child. Well,
The guise of a child, I would assume.
exactly. They use the child. That child didn't use you.
Is it bad that it still makes me unreasonably angry that they would use a child?
Of course not. Of course not. In fact, there is a trail leading to the Well of Dragons right now that is full of men, women, and children being led to their potential end. They're using children yet again, innocence yet again. That rage is justified. Look at your companion, Vamel. he may be the most rageful, spiritual person in your group, but that rage feeds him to no end. The world is complicated in so many ways. It is the reason I was drawn to you when you came to me and you said that you had suffered injustices and you wanted to correct them, and that rage of yours at the time laid seething beneath the surface. You knew you needed to keep a level head. You knew that you needed to conduct yourself in a manner. Well, everything you've experienced is sharpening that edge. Where the more level headed may tell you to let go of that rage, to let go of that hatred and that feeling that you've had of betrayal. Well, I will tell you, harness it, because you've only ever been well intentioned since I met you. And that's why I manipulated you.
I think I might have a new tool though.
Tell me.
Ashford will know where I put it, but like dig into her bag and pull out the tooth from the Dracolich.
What a vile and disgusting. Is it leaking black ooze?
Probably.
That's how you know it's fresh. Oh, sorry.
From did we I think we did. It's from the Dracolich we ended up fighting where we learned about going to hell.
Mhm.
I think if my knowledge of kind of the undermarket, black market when it comes to magical items, I think I still might know somebody that can help me harness this into something that's usable.
Astrid. In one of my briefings this morning, I was told of a small village outside of the Well of Dragons, about 5,000 kilometers. What they found, I don't suspect I should even tell you about. Charred bodies, in the fields. Had they been working? You take that thing and you drive it into the chest of the next cultist you find and feel justified in your rage.
See if I can reach out to my contact. I think I should be able to get something going soon.
Better hurry.
If it, if it
We're all
needs,
to meet.
I have plenty to feed it.
We're all to meet downstairs here shortly. This may very likely be the last time we meet. Although I suspect when the Sword Coast goes, if things do go awry, It would be me and a handful of your companions that meet up while we watch the world burn. I'll speak to you soon. She turns it back on you and she looks out a window.
I'll just tuck the tooth back into kind of down deep into my bag. And walk out the door. Before I go to sorry, my mind's turning. Before I go back to the room, first off, what time is it? I'm sorry. I hate asking that.
All right. I'm gonna say it's like 11 in the afternoon.
$11 in the afternoon, or 11 at
night?
night, or 11 in...
I'm so
Time works differently in the sword code, clearly.
Yeah, look, dude, we're in a fantasy world where 11 in the afternoon is totally a fucking thing. All right, so how dare you question? I am the DM.
I'm sorry.
I make no mistakes. Yeah, so 11, almost afternoon, people.
Okay.
Super duper close. Assholes.
Okay.
He is the biggest. It was huge.
11 in the
There's
afternoon.
like
The best. Yes, Alex. Hold on. Everybody, Alex wants to show off his toy.
oh, okay.
3
Yep.
days.
All right,
It's
come on.
done.
Yeah, is it? What is it? It looks like
It's just
most.
a piece of the castle, but it has a
Dude,
spiral staircase with it goes to some door.
How does that even work? Like, how are you gonna play that?
You have it fits pieces, but they're gonna like. Yeah,
Are you gonna throw them into it? Roll them down
just
it like a
one
dice?
spot. No, there's gonna be like this is like the small corner, but it's a big piece. Okay, goodbye. I'm so happy it's done and it didn't fail. All right, it was so long. It's a block of plastic.
Cool block of plastic, dude.
Thank you.
All right. It'll be great when you tell everybody to imagine a block of that they're
Imagine a
moving through.
plastic.
Look,
I am the
there's a staircase.
DM. There's nothing wrong with this. That's what I'm gonna say.
I do no wrong. All right. Hey, how many can anybody check to see if Terry's playing Destiny right now? He hasn't spoken in like 2 hours.
I
haven't heard
heard
you in
time.
forever.
I heard
Okay.
him grunt like halfway through you guys talking.
No, it's because he had run into a champion. All right. It is 11, almost in the afternoon, Em.
Okay. There's like a I don't want to say just library, but like a magical, like more informative type library than just going into a library. Does that make any sense?
No.
Okay.
Can you say
I'm
that
just
sentence
looking-
again? And I want to see if I understood that sentence.
Yeah.
I
Can you
want-
say it again where I'm
Okay.
paying more attention?
Instead of a normal library, is there like a library dedicated to like magical things?
You mean
That's a
just,
better way to put it.
you mean just the
Okay.
library in the world of magic?
So,
Yeah.
no, there is a couple. One, Liam had made friends with a certain individual here in the castle.
Yeah.
And also,
Oh.
Liam committed himself to the
Mage Guild,
Arcane
The-
Brotherhood
Arcane Brotherhood.
with a blood pact that totally doesn't have any consequences.
Hey, all those
Won't?
people are maybe dead now, so whatever. People
For
might
some
have
unknown reason.
Yeah, people might have just killed that whole option for me. So
Viva did.
I was just doing what they said they could do, and then they all exploded. So I can't really say what I.
Wasn't that literally based on your
There was
Yours
a
thing that you
request,
told them to do.
and they said, "Sure, we can do that," and then they blew it up. So I can't really say that I did it.
Oh, God.
I said, "Hey, can you build some kind of contraption that may disrupt time-space
It
continuum
was
inside of
that was just
inside of
a
the
beacon inside of a thing, so we can have like a place for you to kind of zone in on. And they said sure, and then it might have folded like time in on itself and like space, and
But that's their fault.
But that's definitely their fault for saying yes to something they clearly couldn't do. And at the end of the day, Tiamat didn't win.
All right. Yeah, so those are your options.
Well, I can't go to the Arcane Brotherhood because, like, they're dead? Question mark.
No,
that was the
they're-
one in up north.
Oh, yeah. Do I know where that is? Because they're in like a tower, right?
I don't think we've ever visited the Arcane Brotherhood in Waterdeep. You might know where it is. There is a third option. There's a tower that Valen went stomping into in Waterdeep that we never really got the full backstory of, that I remember. But there was
yeah,
a
the-
tower
the-
that he just
the
went.
scary
Blackstaff Tower.
The
He
scary
said,
black tower.
"Hey, I'm coming in here," and just busted in. Very interesting.
kick that fucking door in, and there it is.
So there's no repercussions of that action. So I asked for a simple, good faith thing, bad at repercussions. He goes busted into someone's tower, definitely doesn't want people there. No repercussions.
Yeah.
Yet here we are, with the world about to end. No repercussions anywhere. Far as I can see. All right, what are we doing?
Something, by the way, Bebo,
All
after
right,
this, because
well-
it reminded me of.
I don't think I can do anything till later in the evening, so I'll just go
Okay.
back.
She re-enters the chamber in which you are all in. You see Darfarius passed out, half in, half out of his hammer, with pork butt just smothered across his face. He's
He's quiet now.
passed out.
He has enough ass to be satisfied. Just saying. All right, back in character.
Let me get this one ass-eating joke out of the way, and then back into character.
Much better.
So I've been holding it for a long time. Well, I gotta get it out.
Was it so big that you couldn't lie about it?
Pretty much. I mean, clearly we know what his preference is without a doubt. Moving on. It made it seem very clear that things are transpiring in the city. Well, there are many things that we could look into. I think we need to see what has occurred since we were gone with the undead host. And if we are going to do something more adventurous, I do not know about you all, but I feel that what I'm currently utilizing is no longer adequate for the foes that we are facing. And personally, I would like to find better armor than the scales and skin of our allies for two of you to wear, if possible.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this to Zargos last time.
Yes.
We
We
spoke with him, but
pushed-
we haven't seen him in like a week. So
Or however long we were gone.
yeah. And to be fair, these are the skins of our enemies, but I understand it's still in bad taste. So
That was not meant to disrupt. It was more of a comment that we have things we need to do.
yep, totally agree.
Let's go see what the outside
If we're
holds.
done here, let's move on with what we need to get done. Like, there's not enough time to sit here and if there's nothing else that you all want to know, like we shouldn't sit here and
Oh,
they
there's
don't
much
have.
you want to know.
I mean, yeah.
Well, is it important enough for you guys to spend the time with that, or like we have impending doom, and we're supposed to be able to? We need to be ready to leave tomorrow, is what the dragons told us.
I would say, do you think that what you have going on in your head, which is more complicated than average, do you think that's going to, do you think that's going to affect you within the next 48 hours to where you are going to be more of a liability than someone who could go in for full combat?
No, I'm still very much capable and ready to battle. I have been preparing for this for some time, and that has not changed. The survival of the realms is what I seek and has been what I've been pursuing for longer than I like to admit. And existing traumas and issues aren't going to delay me from being ready for this.
That's all I need to hear.
DM, just to clarify, based on how the conversation was going at the end of the last session, beginning of this session, are we under the impression that there's a reprieve from the issues that have plagued Val going forward? Like he'll be less susceptible to the mind control effects or the thing going on? Like it's something we have to take care of in the long term, but not something we have to take care of in the short term because of the events that have happened, or we just lost in the events that have happened, and they're just there. We're just going to ignore them further.
What
was your intention? I interpreted.
Okay, so there's no intention because you guys are going to drive the story, but what you came out of that event, last session's event, is that you came into a swirling whirlwind in which you now need to address this impending doom. And despite knowing that you guys all have shit on the back burners, there may be nothing you can do about it. What you've been told is that the cultists have now completed a substantial amount of the things that they needed to do to end the Sword Coast, and maybe you just have to trust that that he's not going to be a liability. Maybe you have to trust that your own shit that you guys have brewing throughout the story is not going to be a liability. Maybe it's going to be a liability. You guys just have to overcome it. Right. Because what you were told, even with when you came out of this and the metallic dragon stood around you, there is something far greater. There's a far greater danger that is looming than your own personal shit. And that's maybe why you guys want to hold on to it. Maybe you guys want to dive deep into it. Maybe there's a part of you where you said, let's go tackle our own things and ignore it because you guys feel the impending doom that is this growing danger that the cultists have finally started to take over.
There are two things that I wanted to add. First off, this is dawn of the 11th day in Jorah's Mask.
Third day.
The fuck
Whatever.
Is... What is that mean?
Like that's just,
did you guys make this shit nerdier? Did you make this nerdier?
You also got it wrong.
I got it wrong too, but yeah. And then secondly, meta answer for all of this is there is no susceptibility. I just have shit ass rolls, and that's the truth.
Well, I'm very familiar with the latter.
So
I was just making sure that I wasn't.
Now you have an in-game
I had
excuse.
interpreted it wrong way, so it's fine.
Okay.
So I'm making sure that's fine.
I don't want to break DM, but
We got
you
games.
guys are
Fucked.
there would be, I think, maybe serious consequences if you ignored
the main
Are
story.
you sure?
the
Being-
and
What do you
the
mean we have to stop the reason that we even started this whole thing
What do you mean we have to stop the Queen of Dragons from returning to the mortal realm
and
and
destroying
literally
If we go to
wrecking
hell right
everything?
now, we might not come back, is what you're saying?
it wouldn't be a good look.
Wouldn't
And
be-
that's when you guys hear a knock at your door.
Just a little.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, Ramilla's back to scold us again.
I know, right?
Guys, parents are home.
As you open the door,
Okay, so Vamul was, like as he said, was moving to go out, so he will answer the door as he was already going that way.
you find a
If it's a child.
armored. Well, you find an armored person. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. And he opens the door and just looks up at you. You're requested in the Great Hall. And then he steps aside and then, kind of points you guys down the same circular stairway. As M&A continues to go down the stairwell, you hear this chatter. You guys walk in the how did I do that before? Just pan down to the Great Hall. Unlike every other time you've entered this, the flanks of this Great Hall are filled with nobles, soldiers, generals. And you hear this voice. Entering the great King Maldrak, King of the Elves of the Misty Forest and ruler of the Sword Coast. And as everybody kind of bows as he walks through, and he reaches to that great table. Entering Marshal Ravengard, Marshal of the Flaming Fist, Duke of Baldur's Gate. And you see this stoic figure march to the giant table.
Flaming fish.
Image looked very familiar.
Lord Downer Ilzamar, Lord Warder of Emphil. See another figure march through the center of the room. Terran Hornblade, former High Mage of Silvermoon. Ambassador Conrad Braun Abel, Envoy from Mithra Hall, representing Dwarves of the North. Ramilla Haventree, leader of the Harpers. Unthar Froom, representing the Order of the Gauntlet. Declan Winterhold, representing the Emerald Enclave. Lady Dala Simmerheld, speaking for the House Simmerhall of Watersdeep. Macath the Crimson, on behalf of the Crimson Brotherhood, Gundin Rockseeker, proprietor of the Wave Echo Cave from Fendelin, accompanied by Lady Chavonis.
Oh shit. When did Shyvanas become a lady?
I know.
As they approach the table, you are kind of swept up into this gathering. We will now speak of what is to become. King Maldrick stands up while everybody bows and sits around him. The cultists have begun their march. From what we've gathered, this is the end. Their first strike was to assemble a treasure hoard worthy of Tiamat. Their second was to use the Drakenhorn to raise an army of dragons and other evil creatures to defend what we now know as the Well of Dragons. Thanks to Ramilda and the Harpers, we now know that hundreds of prisoners have been marched into that desolate land. We can only assume to be used for ritual in the raising of Tiamat. I look at you, the Order of the Gauntlet. You've been set upon to provide us much intel. What say you? Unthar stands from the part of his seat. I've raised the order through many of the lands. We have done our part to disrupt the movement of this horde. What we've captured, we've brought back, and we've used to conduct our own building of the army. We've, with the help of those in the Wave Echo, we've certainly armed ourselves. We're here by your side. We're ready. Agreed. And you, M&A, you've placed yourself in the center of many operations that have concluded in our trust. You brought with us the Wizard of Thay. Although they did not agree to be here today, they did send us this notice that they are moving to the south of the well and will meet us. They provided plenty. Thanks to you, that we can trust them. Next, we have the representatives of Phandalin, those of Wave Echo. It seems as though with the treasure that we've received from the gauntlet, you've been able to manage to produce exemplary weapons for this impending battle. We will move out at dawn. Rian Nightshade, I am assured that we do have the services of your companions. Is that correct? You see this, a bow from a figure you hadn't seen in a while. Although she was with you the night previous. In the morning, we will move south. Marshal Ravengar, are the ports of Baldur's Gate ready to receive us? This large man stands up, adorned in his armor. You will be received. We've fortified Baldur's Gate weeks ago, thanks to your behest. We have sent several airships back to carry you forth. The Ravencloak, the Desige, and Thompetti will be at the port. He steps back into the crowd. Winterheld, what say you? We have reached out to the alchemists, the potioneers with the land. I am ready to provide a large potion of healing to everyone, plus 3 smaller potions of healing, as I surely hope that we can make this out alive. We've received notice and they should be on your ship. Please kiss your loved one goodbye. And he bows and he walks back into the crowd. Sir Esteval, former Dragon Knight of Cormyr, representing Dragonford. What say ye? Another giant man adorned in armor. I'm bringing my army. We're approaching through the lands, as decimated as they may be. We have 100,000 horses adorned with some of the greatest riders in the land. We will be attacking from the west. Lady Damasel of the Mahé. It seems as though your family is providing foods and comforts, tents, blankets, food, water. Indeed. I don't have a great voice for this. But yes, totally. Ambassador Conrad Braunhebel. What say ye? Aye. We've done much to make sure that we've brought justice to those who seeked it. We were requested to maybe relinquish some of our finer goods to the metallic in order for their allegiance. But have you known, we did not rely on the magic of dragons. Our handiwork does the same. So expect our dwarven force coming from the east to be wielding the most spectacular weaponry. Well, I don't think it needs to be said. The Sword Coast lies in the balance. The cultists have moved forward, and the remaining words are drowned out by the Draken horn that echoes across the Sword Coast. And it is the only thing you hear as everybody within the council disperses and runs to their position. And we'll take a break right there.
That just felt like a cutscene. Like I'm just like sitting here like that is cutscene cut to.
Well, it also felt like a Lord of the Rings scene where everyone's like getting ready and they're like giving the
Yeah.
speech before the battle. Felt pretty cool.
Oh, I literally
You guys find yourselves pushed back as some of the generals, these soldiers, march around the table. You see this figure come up to you. It is McCrath Crimson. Amongst all the things that they're speaking of, I need you to know that we have pulled back our forces. There has been grave damage done to our land. And it stems just not from this cultist. Stems not just from these instances. The glade that you brought us to, every one of those portals has collapsed amongst them and outgrows this webbing as if
Shit.
Right.
Shit.
another being is trying to pull this world asunder.
Oh no.
I cannot
You can only deal with one deity at a
gain
time.
any more room with this court. They denied me left and right, but understand, you of all people, another one of our brotherhood. When this is done, there is much work to be done. They sent me as the enclave. I must leave. She marches off across the great hall.
Not
You
great.
hear another soothing voice. So good to see you again. I remember we met because we wanted adventure. We wanted to do a little bit of good in this world. Liam, Valen, our newest friends. I'm sure their fairies is still around here.
Oh shit, we left him in that room.
Vandalin has grown quite substantial in her time. But seems you all are destined for greater things, and I do not regret leaving the party so that I could help Vandalin grow. Please help us protect what we all have built. As Sylvanas gives you a warm embrace. We will meet again in this life or the next. Ramilla walks up to you. You need to hurry. I understand that there are things that you need to do before you leave. It was no easy task bringing your airship back. Tom Petty should be waiting. Go.
Ashford does that little happy dance.
No, I don't.
Don't. That was me. I was like, and I like did like.
All right. What are you guys up to?
All right, we're gonna swing through Zaragos on the way out. See if he has anything we ordered beforehand, and
What all you ordered beforehand. As you guys make your way down through the North Ward down to the Trades Ward, you enter what had normally been a spectacular shop. As you enter, you see it barren with just few trinkets here and there. And normally you had been accustomed to being kind of like decked out, filled with armor, spectacular items, and filled with what are they called? Tabbies? The cats?
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi.
Tabaxis?
You were close.
Yep.
Tabby
It
is,
is-
a type of cat.
Right? There are no tabaxi. It is just Zorogos standing there, just kind of distraught in his gear. Friends, it's so good to see you again. Welcome to the House of Zorogos. How can I help you?
We're here to just, I don't know, we're on our way to go either save the world or end the world. It's always a coin flip with us.
Indeed, indeed.
So before we go, we wanted to see if you had any of the new armor from our
No,
brother
they've
and I, boys.
picked. They've certainly picked me clean, but I have saved this for you. So, as you requested, I have this for you too. I hope it does you well.
Okay, so we already had, because when we went to the dragons, we already had taken off our armor beforehand. So I would assume that we would just kept our either armor off and we're traveling in plain clothes for right now. So I would already have it packed up and ready to go, so I can trade them for the armor that I had to him, and then this was made from a Smith and Vandalin. The craftsmanship is very good, and it's protected me very well. So I hope it can do well to someone else and brings you much gold.
It is the least I can do. I would like between you and David, I would like one of you to roll a perception.
Mine is 9. Dave, what's yours?
Oh, you got that. Go for it.
All right. I'll go ahead and just burn a luck because I have one, and I don't think we're gonna. I think we'll have a day rest between now and then. I hope. So I'll go ahead and burn one. See if I get anything higher. Yeah, 20.
Since you enter this building, Zargos has refused to look you in the eyes. He's only this boastful, kind of, charismatic figure that you had met. What seems like months ago no longer exists. He's this beaten brow. You recall when you last saw him, he had been beaten and disheveled. But part of this is not. He had not recovered in the same sense that you expected. Friend, it seems as though I can give you this. and he pulls out a kind of this like attaché full of rings. One of them being a ring of protection. Is this what suits you?
Are you talking to the group? I assume at this point, or to
I'm specifically talking to Vamal.
Yes,
Gotcha.
please. I can no
It's-
longer use this.
May not fit those slapping your foot on the. And he kind of as he slap his foot on the counter.
I'm
Yes,
sure it'll work.
this I could work with. Without too many adjustments. And he begins to resize this ring that had no possible way of fitting on your giant fingers. As he puts this around the pinky toe.
Bell is chuckling. I appreciate your skill and speed at this. Thank you.
Forgive me, we are not used to seeing such large champions. Rest assured, it will work.
He will just like very politely, bow his head and thank him. Hopefully it will mean the difference. We will be able to come back and patron your store again.
You, my gorgeous friend, with your silver locks, come.
Okay.
This cloak will provide protection.
And it looks also very fashionable.
Of course, for you, you're too beautiful for it not to.
It has a bedazzled dick on the back.
Reminiscent of a goblin.
No,
dick
no, no!
that you
Don't
once
do that to Terry.
know.
Don't do that to Terry.
Oh
That's a
my
bad
God.
joke.
No.
He was like,
Of the
"Ah,
very
it's
first.
Relive that
fashionable."
memory. No.
Of the very first goblin
particular
dick.
keyhole.
Oh my God. Please do not.
In a certain light, it shimmers you using a goblin dick to open a door. No.
What's the pillows that you put your hand over and it does one image, and you put your hand over it does another?
Exactly. That. No. This will do much to protect you. As you
Much
protect
appreciated.
those you love.
And how much do I owe you for the cloak?
No, just in return, give me something I can sell.
Okay.
As you can see,
Fair is fair.
my one's glorious shop.
I'm removing your
Yeah.
shield from my stuff.
Yeah, essentially you guys are just trading what you have for something a little better.
What was the armor that we ended up getting?
Exactly what you told me.
Okay, so that armor +2. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oh, I had a different idea.
Well, you say what you want, and then I need
Okay.
studded armor +2. So
Okay. Viva, can I say what I thinking of?
Uh-huh.
There's a set of scale mail that is called the Serpent Scale Mail, and essentially it's normal scale mail that I can use my full dexterity modifier on instead of a +2, and it just doesn't impose it doesn't impose disadvantage with stealth. So it's
it's the same
just
thing as
normal.
it's the same thing as studded leather +2, but it's gonna be like one's medium, one's other. And
Yes,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah. No. So yeah, same thing. You guys are flavor text in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you guys had put this into his mind before. Again, he does not look at you all as he presents this scale mail, and now it has this kind of oil effect. As it kind of glistens like you threw a rock in an Ohio river. Jesus! Oh God! Why?
Why would you do
Why would you
that?
do it?
I just got
You
what you
just
just
made
said.
everyone
Oh,
sad.
why?
Well, we're all depressed. Let's just end it here.
Media blackout.
Oh,
Media blackout. Media
dude.
blackout.
Oh my God! I just got us banned from Twitch.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyways,
I'll go ahead and apologize.
gonna release my press release.
Yep.
Hey guys, you know what? Consumerism is amazing.
Right.
There's things to be expected. My kid has a fin. Can breathe underwater now.
It's just evolution at that point.
That's true.
As you guys begin to leave the shop, Zargos reaches out. You guys ready to leave the shop?
I was gonna say before we left, because he's not looking at us and he's done us a favor. I was gonna say, I really appreciate everything you've done for us over this, over our time knowing each other, and in particular this right here, means a lot. And I don't know what's going on right now with you, and if it wasn't the end of the world, we would be staying to chat longer. But assuming things don't end and we're successful, we're coming back here and we're gonna do right by you.
He finally looks you in the eyes and he says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done. Those sending stones. And then his body ignites.
No!
And he
So you-
turns to ash
So
and
you're
just
saying
falls.
all of our stuff is still in the room?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding.
The rest of
kidding.
the shop
I'm kidding.
also
I'm
burns.
kidding.
Also burns.
I'm
Fuck.
kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you aren't kidding. That's
I'm 100% kidding. I'm 100% kidding.
No, then don't say that. Our friend Zargos just turned to ash.
No.
Your
But also,
first
this is
response is,
what
"Oh, I'm gonna take all my shit back."
Oh, did
No.
we get all our shit back? No.
It was just too funny to not say it.
What do you mean too funny?
I know.
Look at Viva right now. He's loving it. He knows
It
it was
was
too funny.
pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing. Because again, I can never plan for shit. Oh, cool. Does this mean we get our stuff back?
All right,
Yeah,
so back
no,
to
I had that
character.
reveal was coming from months away, and then you just start scooping up all your shit before.
So
Everything-
hold on. He said our sending stones. Does that mean they've been listening in on us this entire time and know where we've been or some shit? Like, are these things bugged?
Well, let's go back in character and we can figure this out.
That was
That
in
was
character.
a character.
Sorry.
Uh,
Sounded like David, the character.
I'm sorry. He just turned to ash right after saying, "I'm sorry, you're sending stones."
can I just do a... I know we don't want to spend too much time on this. Can I just do a sanity investigation on his ashes, not on the items, and just see if I can see anything of, like, did he teleport in via ash and fire, or did he literally die? Like, I just checked out the area and see if there's any clues. to
This
what
isn't
happened.
flu powder bullshit. Just because you've been
I'm
playing
just
Hogwarts
saying.
Legacy, he didn't say diagonally and then go poof. No, he turned to ash.
I'm just saying, all right? Let me just do the roll. Can I do that, please?
Yeah, go
Thank
for it.
you.
We're waiting.
Well, I'm getting shit over here. I'm investigating very thoroughly, all right?
As everybody
Yeah,
kind
making
of
sure you
gasps
get all
in
your own
horror,
stuff back.
it is this just ungodly sight. Zargos, this kind of beloved friend of yours that you had met across this.
Please don't sneeze. We might blow him away.
who had seemed to like
Oh, now you
been
care.
burned from the inside out, and as you kind of sift through his ashes, you see a circular bone.
This is
I hold it up to the group, in particular, my brother.
hey, I
don't
didn't
think
do
it
this
was.
one.
I don't think you did, and based on your reaction, you did it, and I don't think the cult was listening in on us. They also getting more creative in how they're killing, and to my knowledge,
Yeah, now they're using more magic and less daggers.
This is we're past the point of magic. This is very infernal in terms of killing. I'm just saying, this is
Demon magic is still magic.
yeah. I'm just saying it's more curse based than arcana based.
Fair. You do
You
all
get
your
to
magic
reveal the
bullshit
secret.
and sit with all your books and things. I understand that there's different ways that magic happens, but magic is still magic, and magic killed our friend, not a dagger. But also, either way, this sucks, and we're gonna have to figure out how to make them pay for this. Zaragos was a good friend to a lot of us.
He was also Astrid's friend the longest. I looked at her.
I would say since this has happened, she's just been standing like literally unmoving, just like straight in shock.
Add another one to the list. There are too many names for us to worry about in the moment. Deal with what we're going.
And I think
Who knows? Maybe we just say fuck it. Let Tiamat win. Let her burn this whole place to hell, and that way she gets all the assholes we don't like too.
How's the Fey realm this time of year?
Weird.
Okay, yeah.
While they're all being sarcastic, he will start doing final rites on the ashes and try to be reverent about it.
Try.
There's there's a resistance as you're doing your final rites,
Oh, really now?
which isn't uncommon because
Oh, okay.
what you do is this, this right to give people their peace, to give a peace, and it seems as though even in this last passage, there's a resistance because it's ashamed. It feels shame for maybe tasks it had done recently, and you kind of relate this, like you relate, like, although deserving of its last rites as all beings are, you feel there's a resistance because it feels unworthy for having betrayed someone as okay.
I have a speech for
Yep.
this one. Guilt is the soul admitting fault. Much like pain, by understanding the guilt which moves through us, we move forward. Pain tells us not to do something. Guilt tells us not to do something. You are now nothing but energy. Return to the cosmos. Let go your guilt as you let go your pain, and know that in your final moments you did right. That counts more than anything that you have done in this life. Let go and return and be amongst all those who still value you. Be at peace.
You feel this ripple travel across you and out into the world. And you feel as though Zaragos, whatever fault he may have, the next strike you wish to blow, he himself will help wield it.
Oh, I remember that one.
Bravo,
Cool.
Ben.
Role playing, it's a thing. Astrid, do you want to carry him into our final battle? Like, he looks at her seriously.
I don't know.
This is not an I don't know, Paladin. This is when we make choices. We are
Bring
going
him.
to walk in there with every single lowlander, highlander, lowborn, and highborn within our hearts. This is not a battle of physicality. This is a spiritual one. We are fighting a godling. Do you want him there? This is a yes or no question.
I do.
He will reach
He
down,
needs to be there.
uncork one of his holy vials, put the ashes in there, and recork it, and hand it and offer it to Astrid.
She'll take it and put it in her bag.
Coat your blade with
Wait.
that. When we fight, bless it. Do not forget the divine that you channel. Do not forget the divine that you are. It is not just something we use to cause pain, but forgiveness and compassion. Otherwise, we are tyrants. Faith must be tempered.
Is there in all of your traveling, have you ever encountered any method or even spells or ritual can bring back the dead?
I've seen it.
Ability.
In this state?
Not in this state that I can think of.
Well then,
Resurrection is possible, Arbard. It is a gift that I have. However, the spirit must linger.
yeah, I
His
thought
did
so.
not. And it is best that way. Resurrection, while I've seen used many times, is a crux. It is a weakness. There are times when we must remain, and there are times which we must move on and should move on. It is the cleric's job to know when that time is right. There's a reason why I do not offer this service often. It cheapens life if you think you are unkillable, if death is a bump, a hiccup, not a finality.
I understand the philosophy behind that, but I just feel like his death is so sudden and, should I say, maybe not destined.
If it was done with the
So
order, it's
I just feel like it was our presence here that caused his demise. And, you know, that's
It
just
was
a
his
thought.
choice to be
But
honest. It was his final choice, and that's what freed him. I'll hold out his hand for the circle of bone.
I'll hand it over to him, and I'll just speak up real quick just to say, if he was able to come back right now, until we deal with them, he would still be marked for death. So like we would just be bringing him back to die again, and that's if we can do it. If they're killing in this way, um, I don't know what they're able to do. If they're able to prevent resurrection or not in this moment. If we want to bring him back, if he can come back, his best bet is for us, after we deal with the end of the world, to then deal with the order.
What is that circle of bone? Like, is there any markings, or is it just?
So a
Just-
circle of bone is, um, it's sort of like it's what would wrap around like a scroll. So, um, the scroll would have the name or the mark, essentially who's the target, right? And then when it's burned or whatever, it would, um, the bone would be the circle of bone would just have be like an undescript ring of bone, and then when it's completed, it the circle, if you know what you're looking for, will be marked with that name, sort of like symbolizing it was complete. So it's a way of like, receiving your orders before, very clearly, having the bone, um, there with you or somehow in place of a mark or whatever, sort of like a calling card. So the people that know what they're looking for know it, but otherwise they wouldn't be able to spot it. And until the contract's completed, it's not, you're not going to spot it. But otherwise than that, it's just, so now it would have Zargos's name attached to it.
It may use this to follow or find the ones who did it afterwards.
If you have abilities that tie him to it, yes, I would think so. I can tell you what some of them will look like. Again, if we're on the devil side, the Araness is probably our best bet, because the Rakshasa is not going to be found via magic.
Generally, the bone circlet had been a way to communicate amongst the assassins of the order. This particular bone circlet seems to be left as a communication directly to an ex member of the order.
And I've collected a few of them over the travels, usually because they were targeted kills, to haunt me. A lot of them were caused by a version of Val. I don't know. I don't think all of them were, technically.
The next statement that you're about to make is drowned out by the Drakenhorn
So I really think we should get. Oh, fuck.
that just blares across the Sword Coast. It is no longer this like sporadic thumping, the sporadic noise, this uh, indication of an impending doom. This is it. And as you look outside of this, one spectacular shop, you look outside of the windows. The people of Waters Deep run in fear as this giant booming noise echoes through the streets. It's at this point you realize there may not be much left for you to do inside of the Waters Deep, except for to approach Thom Petty, that had been told was waiting for you at the airship port on the north side.
Will we be passing by the metallic dragon's hold?
They were slightly north of that. Like they could always look down at the port.
Okay. Once we get close, I'm gonna tell the group, "Hey, I need to run quickly."
I
Is
wanted
anybody?
to do something before we left.
Uh-huh.
So I'll go back to where his office is, and I know it's locked, but I'm just gonna kick the door in because screw it. And I'm gonna start I'm looking for any sort of like ledger or notebook that would like have, because he had like his normal ledger from the shop, but he also had his shady one. If that makes sense. Because I'm sure he did.
Off books ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So you start. So give me an investigation check.
I'll help her.
As you step into the office, you march behind the desk, and you hear this undistinct screech, like this, and you dig your heel into this board, and it kicks up, and you find beneath it a ledger. And as you dive into it, you see things that you didn't, well, you expected to see. You see some of the work that Zoragos had done with you. Deliveries, requests. And then there was a date that sticks out particularly, in which there was a request for a multitude of listening devices to be crafted and delivered. And that's the only kind of thing that kind of like sticks out to you.
I'm sure it was vague enough that delivered was about the only thing that there was.
Who are you sharing this information with?
I guess since Val helped me with the investigation check,
I
he
think
would be in
between
there
the
with
two
him.
of you can do an insight check.
We'll leave that one to you, friend.
Okay.
There was a particular date that sticks out to Val in which he remembers Zoragos asking this group to deliver listening devices to other shops across the Sword Coast.
Wasn't this group? It was just him.
And that these listening devices had been in your inventory up until this very point.
Well, it's frustrating. I don't like being played. Clearly, I did. I thought he was more trustworthy in this.
You knew Zargo, not old Zargos.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do one more spin around the room before I leave. I'm not really looking for particular, other than maybe some other like clues or any other like maybe hiding spots that could be around.
Are you looking for information people for
Yeah.
your thing? You gotta ask.
Yeah, it needs to be specific. 'Cause I don't know what you're after.
She's being very like
I'm
vague.
trying to think. Well, okay, so I needed information about who to go to for crafting.
What Black Arms dealer would be able to
Yeah.
craft her dagger is what the information she's actually looking for, but refuses
Oh,
to bring that up. That's why she was looking in the book for the ledger.
But I also was looking for this piece.
I gonna find what you're looking for. I think what you've discovered is far more valuable.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Then I'll just keep the ledger. Add it to my collection of dead people's things. And head out.
As you guys make your way through the Sword Coast or through Waterdeep, it is emptied. It is barren, and you find your way towards the port. There are only a few airships that are there, but amongst them, you see that same uh, blue golden airship that you've come across. Val, you look upon the hill and you see some figures that seem to be looming larger than life. A ray and a golden sun.
I'll turn to the group and say, this will take too long. I need to say goodbyes to her, and how far is it up the hill? Like, does it make sense for him to jump on the broom and like scoot up there
Yeah. Go for
walk
it.
up?
Go for it.
Okay. So he'll jump up on the broom and head up over to meet the group.
You know your voice? That's ridiculous. You couldn't walk up here. Are you getting that soft?
It's just old knees.
Yeah, they're old. You've been on your knees that long that oh no, we won't go there. Anyways, you were trying to say
Well, I was coming over here to say something very heartfelt and
that would be the gross thing. I just literally woke you up from vomiting because everybody was in your mind and you probably got a leech in your head and you're gonna say something sweet.
I just wanted to say that
Don't. Hey, don't. We've been through too much. Don't say it. I will be by your side. So just don't say it.
all right.
Doesn't
You're
need to
only
be
allowed
said.
to be by my side if you have this, and he'll take off his cloak,
Oh, you
wrap it
son
around
of a
Artie's
bitch.
shoulders. I've lost too much to lose something that I just.
It has been centuries for my kind, for my people. And we look upon the worlds that we venture to and it's hard to not feel like gods. That we don't look at these beings one world to the next like just crawling from the ooze. And I found a friendship in you.
That's your own fault.
No, it was. You were so dopey. You were like a deer trying to figure out how to walk, and it was adorable. and that's my own fault. But here we are, on the
Crossing-
verge of existence being wiped out. And I would like to say, before
Oh, now
we
you're
go,
going to be the one who's saying something. Okay, sure.
is everybody around to hear this? No? That's embarrassing. Because I was going to say, once we come out of this, what I was going to say is, in hindsight, if we could just take a moment to reflect on this moment before you climb on that fucking ship with, was that made out of combustible? I'm not even, nope.
Yep.
I'm not going to talk about it. Before we leave this one moment in time, I've lived hundreds of years. I watched so much. And you are quite possibly the worst person I've ever met. And if you die, it's just what's gonna happen. All right. So that's what is gonna happen. I take this I take this on your behalf, and I enjoy it. And good luck to you.
And if I die, that means that I get to come back because I'll know exactly where you are because of that cloak, and I'm going to haunt your ass for forever.
You can haunt me, dude. You're gonna see the grossest shit. If you haunt me, it's not gonna be pretty.
If
Good
I'm
luck to
haunting you,
everybody.
It's not going to matter to me. I'm already dead, and I'm just a spirit. So, like, what the fuck am I going to do? I'm still going to haunt your ass.
You're gonna regret it. I promise you. I will make sure that happens.
I'm going to make
You know
sure
what?
that you regret it
Remember
more.
when we were in the Fae and I ran into the porcupine?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You had an ass full of pin cushions for like a week.
Yeah, and I think that is the least of your worries.
Well, I won't be able to be there to help you pull them out next time.
No,
I'll be dead.
I'm not gonna pull them out.
Why not?
I'm gonna dig into it. I'm gonna be doing squats like I'm trying to get a Brazilian butt. And you're gonna be there just as a ghost.
Where's Brazil?
Enjoying.
Val's gonna summon his echo.
Brazil.
And give Artie a wet willy with his echo, and then hop on the broom and say, "Just don't fucking die," and then head back to the rest of the group.
Tell your echo. I'll be seeing it in the future.
Yeah,
There's this looming figure that comes out of the building, and he walks up to Vamo, and he puts his hand on his Vamo's shoulder. It is only with the faith of people like you that we exist. Understand our power resides in your faith. We are beholden to you and not the other way around. May all our blessings be with you. And then he puts his dagger into your forehead.
That was not the D word I thought you were going to say.
Slaps that on your forehead. Darth, get out of here.
Oh god, it's scaled!
Well,
It's
that's
scaled!
Well,
So scaled.
wow, the speech is given from the Metallic Dragon group.
Go ahead, Terry. No, I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
No. That I mean the fact that they acknowledge that their existence and the power of their the origin of their powers from the face from all the living, basically the free will across the sword coast and the world. It's that's actually pretty impressive, because given how powerful they used to be, and the symbol of what the dragon is in this world, like listening to that kind of speech is actually pretty impressive. It's humbling.
Babylon, do you have anything before we leave?
We did not go into battle. We step forward into choice. What we do, what led us here, that was the battle. This is simple. This is black and white. In that simplicity, we gain strength. It is through trickery and deception and greed that she rose. Hidden cults. Backstabbing. None of that will matter. As we step forward with allies we have made, with the strength of all those who have supported us, that is where the forces of those who manipulate fall down. We chose our steps, and now we choose to save this world. In His name do we walk forward, in faith, fire, and retribution. So it is written, so it is said, so it will be done.
As the conclave of the metallic dragons usher you out again to be Sword Coast, more importantly, the um, port for which the few remaining airships, you see a particular airship familiar, blue with this golden trim. And as you guys walk towards it, Val and Astrid, you see this particular figure come running towards you. A little goblin girl. As Vantage.
That's
runs
David,
up
not Val. That's David, not Val.
as she runs up to you and she just gives you guys this huge hug. Oh my god, I didn't expect to see you again.
Last we heard, you guys ran into some trouble.
Honestly, less trouble than I had run into when you all were with us, but I'm feeling safer now.
Well, we're glad to see you all here.
You
It's
hear
only
this
fitting that we're going into this next battle together.
you hear the squawking of a beak. Arendor. All right. Let's fucking go. LeChamp at the wheel. M&A. Seems they pulled a few strings to get us back together. We're heading south along the coastline. We hit Baldur's Gate. We're going to head due east. The ride there is going to be fairly empty. Baldur's Gate has been withholding, been pushing back against the cultists for quite some time. You ready to ride?
Let's ride.
All right. And then as you guys said that, Thumb Petty starts to rise into the air and shift as the winds start to take you south. And we'll take a brief break there.
Oh, we're gonna keep
Okay.
going.
Yeah, this could have been a stop, but we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. In this break,
back on here. Sorry. We're on. We're live. We're good. I'll talk through it.
I also can learn 3rd level spells now.
Yep.
How do I even know?
I mean, haste is
Go to the anvil,
unprepared.
drop down on the class you just upgraded.
This one.
Yes, spells. You hit minimize the add and expand the add. It should say X. If you have it, you gain it.
All right. 3
I don't
spells.
think you do
I
until
create
level.
spells. I don't know. Like I don't.
Okay.
I don't think you gain level.
Yeah.
So you need level 9 of Paladin.
But I have.
Fuck, this is so hard. All right, and then 1 spell slot of that.
So like
Yeah.
You-
well,
you
and
still-
the multi-class. Like the
Yes.
multi-class.
well, yeah, that's why you have up to the 5th level already.
All
because
right,
your
now
sorcerer-
now I see why wizards have problems with this shit.
All right, now to figure out what crazy spell I'm gonna pick up as my one
Yeah,
spell that I
did.
can learn.
So you guys are gonna get a grand hotel to stay in the future.
Oh God.
Yeah, you get
Terry, hey Terry,
Uh huh.
please spend some time crafting that. Like craft that on
The floor
paper.
plan and everything. Of course.
Yep. Yep.
Of course. Of course I
Yeah.
will.
What's for food? What's all that stuff?
Right.
Yeah,
I
like
love
it
you
is.
guys.
You sure
I
you
am
want to
falling
know
asleep.
what's on the
You're
menu?
going to sleep?
I'm falling asleep.
Okay.
Oh.
Do we want to call this break to be the end then, and pick it up next time, or what?
Do you just want to leave us with the cliffhanger, Viva?
No, if you guys want to roleplay, like Vamo can just go and meditate, but I know my kids are gonna be up in like 6 hours.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Fair.
Let's essentially the leveling and the fact that we're moving south finally is where we're going.
Okay.
I will say, I'll pull the audience. I think the most fitting spell for him to get is Resurrection. But I also could get Divine Word, which just seems really cool. It's not very effective, but it seems super cool.
Do you want to? I mean, you're a warcaster. You're a war cleric, right? Do something offensive then. Don't like.
There's Firestorm.
Yeah, then do something.
Oh God, Firestorm.
Firestorm.
There is a voice that comes out behind Valen as you see this Dragonborn's face kind of peek out, and he said, "I too would want to buff my erection," before he dips back into his hammer.
Wait, to buff his what?
Of course
tell you
he
when you're
rolls
older,
a
Terry.
10. Of course he rolls a 10. He rolls
Damn it.
so good.
Well, shit.
God, he's so. How much HP does he have?
13.
140 something?
I almost have 140. He is at 175.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
He has 110 base and 65
Roll.
from his modifier.
That's insane.
That was a great bit of role
He
playing.
got brutal critical.
Oh no.
Oh God. At 13th level, you roll 2 additional weapon damage dice when you determine the extra damage for a critical melee.
Insane.
That's
Tier.
terrifying.
Ugh.
Goodbye.
All right.
All right, sorry.
Thank you for a great night. That was surprisingly vicious things. So thank you very much. I enjoyed that.
Indeed.
And let us
Good
know
night,
what we're going
Ben.
to play next.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Tom Petty continues south. And as the crew begins to kind of harden themselves against this weather, it becomes unlike the trips you took before, as they strip away some of the leathers and things as you guys begin to start to face the heat, and you pass across the Boulder's Gate. You see it off in the distance as you guys kind of cut across it. And Arendor points his wings to the sky. You see this mountain peaks kind of grow every mile that you travel. You see them grow. But there's this looming storm that crests from this peak and it starts to encompass the sky around you. The closer you become, the more daunting you feel the pressure in the air. You feel the pressure actually beat against your own ears. And you see I don't say you see, but you hear the swooping sounds. You hear this beating as if thunder, no lightning, just thunder crashes upon Thom Petty. You look at the ground below you and you reach the precipice. You reach where the farmlands behind you become profitable, become harvestable, and become scorched dead land, and it stretches for miles towards this impending storm. And you see creatures, beasts of all kinds fleeing, trying to escape this darkness as they run beneath Thom Petty, out past to where you just came from, trying to reach toward the light and to the air, and you start to smell the sulfur.
Hmm.
You start to smell the putrid death as everywhere around you is this engulfed in flames and ashes and burnt to a crisp.
Damn.
And as you look out into the distance, you see other airships. You see the grounds kind of covered in flanks of armies, horseback, as they all move in the same direction. As you guys head towards the Well of Dragons. And you look to your left, and off in the distance, you see another airship, much like yours. And a lightning bolt rips through it and ignites into it. Shatters. Across this thundering boom, you hear the screaming as they all fall to the earth below them, crashing against that the marching armies. You look to your right, off in the distance, another airship explodes. You just hear that thudding. As you guys continue to move south, you just hear the most gut-wrenching sound as these claws dig in to the base of the ship. And you hear it start to compact every ounce of the ship. And you look on the bow, and there's this
Blue dragon.
dragon's face
Yep.
peering up. And you just hear this As it inhales.
Val dashes to one side and jumps off the edge of the boat and tries to jump on his broom. He's not standing and getting shot by lightning. Not today. He's ready.
I'm gonna jump at the dragon if we are going into combat before like going into this, but if we're not going to, I'm not going to worry about it.
Also, is this the same blue dragon that was in Phandalin?
Wait, the one that came and burned the whole town?
Mm-hmm.
He burned most of the town.
On the day that I jumped out of the window?
Yep. It may be. I haven't gotten confirmation yet, Gary. Hold on. Let him
I just
finish.
like the most notable thing from that day was you jumped out the window, not the blue dragon.
It was as Val darts to one side and the rest of you gather your weapons to your aid. You hear this horrible screeching. And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
I would.
We're level 13. We gotta fight a dragon. Let's go.
We didn't have a lot of time on the transition here to say what we were doing, and I was learning the new spells. Water breathing can be ritual cast, and it lasts 24 hours. So on the way here, not sure if it's gonna come up. I would have learned after I learned all the spells. I would have ritual cast water breathing on the party. Not sure it's gonna work. It's gonna come up, but we have water breathing for 24 hours because it's a free thing to burn.
So let me. So in the grand scheme of things, is the dragon that I have turned into the possum and throw it out of the sky castle still alive?
We don't know for sure, but probably.
Probably also big man.
Just because of the way that science is canon, it's probably still somehow alive.
Because there's a red that particular red wizard save it, right? So so it might be still alive. Okay. Ooh-wee.
Viva, that was awesome.
This is it, people. You guys are in it. There ain't no fucking turn it back.
I'm excited as hell.
So yeah.
Sweating.
Figure out what you just leveled up because you're gonna need it.
I'm
boy.
Love to hear that.
Excited. Ah!
I do love that I was like setting up this cliffhanger. And Dave was like, and I fucking like,
and I'm like, peace out, bitches.
Val is 100% ready for like,
you're on your own
right now. He's
it dawned on me like, yeah, of course, like you would react like that, but also
he's so ready. He knows exactly what he's getting into. He's fought on airships enough to like be comfortable with this kind of like crazy bullshit, and he's like, okay, the moment something's happening, like I'm fucking like in action.
All right. Hey, this next couple episodes are going to be the
Battle focused.
Battle of the Well of Dragons. So,
okay,
would I recommend that we do one major? Like, if we could start at mid-afternoon and just
get it going? Yeah.
I would be down. I would be
Dude,
down
hell
for
yeah.
Saturday where we just say, "Hey, we're gonna start at
Everybody
1.
orders pizza.
Let's
We
go."
all get drinks and waters. Every like hour is a bathroom break, and we go for like 8
raid.
hours.
This is the raid.
Marathon.
All I'm asking is not to do it on a Saturday of the Lightfall week, please.
Oh, it will be really.
Which is next.
100%. That's what I want.
Please.
All right, sorry, not week 1 of Lightfall. We'll do it the week after. During day 1 of raiding.
Yeah, I was about to say, how about like?
That's why I was joking.
I was gonna say, when does the raid come out? You think
When
that's a good time?
does Lightfall come out?
Next week.
2 weeks.
Oh, it's 2 weeks?
28th. Tuesday
We
the
get one more
28th. Not
reset.
so like it's
We could do it
not
next
this
week.
Tuesday. So it's not this Tuesday, it's the Tuesday after.
Oh fuck my life! I just said it for the one weekend I can't be here.
Probably.
The 25th.
Your wife doesn't need to be picked up from the airport.
No, I gotta
You can
take
walk.
her,
Oh,
and then I gotta get back, and I gotta take my daughter to a fucking birthday party.
Gross.
your daughter's been to birthday parties. She's bored of them, right?
They'll have another one next year. It's fine.
This is like the
JK,
one.
I
This is like the
friggin'
one
love
kids I
birthday
want.
parties.
This is like the one
Yeah.
kids I want my daughter to hang out with.
Well, let's
Oh,
not make
okay.
any definitive plans until we can also like include Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the so there's my daughter has all the friends, but there's her best friend I don't like. And this little girl, when she came to my daughter's birthday party, they did this ropes course, and she's like, I am terrified of heights, but I will do it for your daughter. She literally like said, I will do this for Sophia, and shouted it, and then conquered the fucking ropes course.
Wow.
And I said, that's the friend. That's the friend I want you to quit hanging out with. That's the friend.
Quit hanging out with a friend that keeps saying everything is stupid, and then
Yeah, exactly, Terry. And I'm like, that's the friend I want you to. And so I don't want her to miss that birthday party.
All right. Well, we'll decide, and then
All right.
we'll figure it out, and then we'll be streaming it. End the stream here,
So
though? End the stream here.
yeah, yep.
Thanks,
All
everybody.
right. Otherwise,